So this is quite a common fault with sort of intermediate to better players, where the sort of common sort of fad at the moment is obviously creating a shallow shaft. Everyone's trying to do it, and just being really careful. The swing on the bottom here, so Dan, at the top of the swing, you can see how the pitch of the shaft, you could call this laid off, whatever you want. The issue comes from here. If you're not really careful, what's going to happen on the downswing is, as the hands now are effectively sort of moving down or pulled down, or as a grip pressure is applied, the butt of the club forces down on sort of the long red arrow. What will happen is the balance point of the shaft, or the head of the golf club, is going to move out to the right, and what that's actually going to generate is a much steeper shaft in transition. So although from the top of the swing it does look quite nice, it really does depend on how it moves down now. So I'm not saying don't do it, but you've got to be really careful, and obviously the downswing and what happens is much more important than how the backswing looks. So all we've done is we've moved into a position now, you can see on the top, where we just created a little bit more rib cage rotation. So it's hard to see, but you can see how the left arm then is not going to sit as tight to the chest. So you feel Dan feels a little bit more behind the ball, and obviously the balance point of the club is a lot more in line with the butt of the club. So as Dan now works the hands down a little bit more on a diagonal sort of plane line, again the long arrow on the top, it should be much easier to keep the pitch of the shaft back. And what you can actually see is as we move the club back, we've got the shaft playing a little bit steeper on the way back. So we can see when the lead arm's parallel to the ground, the pitch of the shaft sits a little bit more inside the ball. As he then goes up to the top of the swing, because the head of the club is a little bit more in line with the grip, you can then see how he does get this nice sort of idea or vision of the head of the club pitching back. Again, really nice position and through. Again, briefly, if we go to the bottom one, we can see the takeaway is slightly different. So you can see how the pitch of the shaft is a little bit more outside the line of the ball. So again, thinking shallow shaft is good, but not necessarily putting it in a position on the way back. The idea of the shaft has got to be a little bit more upright on the way back to allow it to shallow a little bit more on the way down. And again, not getting the shaft in a position at the top of the swing where it is sort of really pointing to the left of the target. It does really help.